Alright, our next author is called Solar Singularity. Do you have another name? Nope. Yep, Solar Singularity, that's the name. Everything else is blanked out here. It's redacted, so to speak. The last one that we have from Solar Singularity was 2353, which was the mannequin that really is judgy, very judgmental of your fashion statements. Of what kind of clothes you wear. Like, she will tackle you and beat the shit out of you and be like, you gotta wear something else, honey. And then show you how to get dressed correctly. Which was a very fun one to read. I will admit, that was a very fun one to read. Solar Singularity wrote the SCP called Sometimes Therapy is Merely Painful Truths. Sometimes. Isn't that always? I know what the agent's doing now, absolutely. He's just wandering around. We're getting amnestics for the 40th time. Oh boy, my first time getting amnestics. Oh boy! Oh boy! But okay, here we go. What's it again? Sometimes therapy is merely a painful truth. Like I said, I think it's always. Okay, this article has been rewritten to its current form after the events of Incident 3. The previous versions may be found in Document 1. Keter, another one. Second Keter of today. SCP-2442's containment room is fitted similar to a restricted environmental stimulation therapy rest chamber, with no access to light and as much sound reduction as possible. At least 3 containment rooms on 3 different sites exist, with SCP-2443 occupying one of them. SCP-2442 is... Did I say 2443 before? Sorry about that. SCP-2442 is monitored at all times by at least 2 agents. If SCP-2442 begins to vocalize at any time, it must be sedated and administered Class A amnestics. Wow. The moment he's like, May... Hold him down! Don't let him speak! And activities that could give a sense of structure to the passing of time are to be avoided or randomly scheduled. Should a containment breach occur, SCP-2442 is to be sedated and returned to one of its containment rooms if possible. While containment rooms have been destroyed in the breach, SCP-2442 is to be distracted with communication with a site director until a containment room can be constructed. The site director is authorized to provide as much information as necessary to maintain distraction, but should avoid vital data where possible. Man, I'm so hungry to taste him now and give him... Just make sure he doesn't speak. Yeah, does he eat? Or is he just forever, like, in a coma? SCP-2442 is an actively hostile, anomalous humanoid capable of causing the disappearance of anything it is made aware of. Ooh? What? In order to activate its main effects, SCP-2442 will behave as if it is bringing the attention of an unknown entity to an object, usually through verbal indication. So he's just like... Just, just chanting. And you're like, oh no! And you just Thanos snapped out of there. The object will disappear within 12 hours through an unknown means. SCP-2442 is considered capable of other forms of reality manipulation, including creating voices that respond to its words. It is potentially enormously persuasive, capable of convincing other personnel of its claims. That's why you have to. That's why you have to tackle him down and be like, shut up! Don't speak! Because like, he persuades ya. SCP-2442 is also displays gradually increasing resistance to amnestic drugs. The full extent of SCP-2442's anomalous effect is unknown. Once my body is used to your amnestics, you will not be able to stop me. Or how, like, Nostalgia Critic said, like, he fucking love Christmas enough to have tranquilizer immunity. You're like, oh shit. Any request for a more extensive description are to be sent to the site director of the site SCP-2442 is currently contained at. Any claims SCP-2442 makes are to be completely ignored. They are unsubstantiated and are to be considered delusions 0510. You say that, but like, what if it's... But sir, it's so persuasive. Look at him. He's so persuasive, sir. How can I not listen? He says I should let him go, and I don't know, he's making a really good point. He's just making really solid points. Incident 1. On the 4th, 2nd, 2003, containment of SCP-2442 failed. In recapturing SCP-2442, the Foundation experienced heavy losses. Multiple Foundation personnel were recalled to have aided SCP-2442 after speaking to it. Surviving personnel involved have been considered compromised and were terminated after amnestic treatment has failed. Exit of Incident Log 1. Access to Level 4 personnel or above only. Begin log excerpt. SCP-2442 is be like 0510 sleeps with a plush. He sounds like he knows what he's saying. It sounds like he has all his sources well established. He did his research. Beginning log excerpt. 3-2. So 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock. SCP-2442 is seen holding Agent outside of SCP-2442's containment cell. Agent had dropped the sedatives that should have been administered to SCP-2442 during the breach. Is this true? What is the point of this? What is the point of everything? You already know the answer. Could you help me, please? Help her? Agent gets up and begins to lead SCP-2442 outside the camera. This way. I'll tell you everything I know. Your kind of the description frames you, you know? Agent is lost approximately 35 minutes later. Fucking idiot. He literally was like, what do you mean? No. What? No. Oh hey, I didn't realize it says here, only when the news thinks its final code is password accepted. Interesting, I did not realize that was like that. Okay. Begin log excerpt 16-7. So this was in 3 in the morning, and now we have 4 p.m. But 16-7. Okay. SCP-2442 is seen observing the containment room of SCP Data Lost. Does this remind you of anyone? Followed by the sound of a woman crying from an unknown source and the spontaneous appearance of water in the air beside SCP-2442. It's okay. Trust me. We can work through this together. Just trust me. SCP-2442 is seen reaching to the drops of water, wiping them off. It cups the air with both hands. Followed speech is in hushed tones and is not picked up by microphones. SCP-2442 leaves the hallway. SCP Data Lost is lost approximately 3 hours later. Okay. So the first one was a thing of 3 minutes, and this one was also a thing of 3 minutes. It's happening pretty quick. The full incident log may be found at incident log 1. Access to incident log 1 is restricted to level 5 or above personnel. Unauthorized attempts to access. Also, I assume here saying agent is lost approximately 35 minutes later is because of the effect of like the SCP being able to make things vanish, right? So he just got rid of him as the agent helped him out to get out of the containment. Unauthorized attempts to access incident log 1 will be met with severe punishment by order of 05 command. Incident 2. On the 5th, 12th, 2012, containment of SCP-2442 failed. In recapture, the Foundation was able to mitigate losses thanks to the effort of Site Director Duarte. Site Director Duarte was able to distract SCP-2442 by providing non-vital information. Containment procedures were updated to accommodate for Site Director Duarte's effective distraction. Well, he can't reality bend. He can only make people vanish. He convinces people. Like, he has, like, magical persuasive abilities, but he cannot change the reality around him. All he can do is make people just... So... Also check discussion and provide some information. Will do. But first, let's finish this one. Excerpt of incident log 2. Access to level 5 personnel or above only. Begin log. So at 9:21. Site Director Duarte is seen leading SCP-2442 to an interviewing room. He sits on one end of the table as SCP-2442 sits on the other. There are microphones and recording equipment kept online. So, SCP-2442, what can I do for you today? What would you like to know? I can give you information on anything this facility contains. You have people, don't you? I think I would like to hear about them first. I have someone with me who I think would like to hear about them. There's a brief silhouette of a person against one of the walls. The person appears to be sitting on a couch in the room. The silhouette on the couch disappears within 0.5 seconds. Site Director Water does not appear to notice this. Ah, yes, here. Site Director Water shows SCP-242 a file of SCP Lost on his tablet computer. This is SCP Lost. It is contained in the West Wing. SCP-242 reads. Oh wait, SCP-242 reads the tablet computer. So the reason why it says data lost is probably because SCP-2442 made it disappear. It literally doesn't exist anymore. Interesting. He's quite young, isn't he? What was his name again? A female voice answers SCP-2442. The name cannot be discerned as the microphone temporarily cut out. Ah, right. He was an old friend, wasn't he? Before the accident, you know where he is now? Waiting? Maybe you should go see him. Don't worry, you'll be alright now. I'm with you. SCP-242 reaches out and squeezes the air with one hand. A silhouette of a hand and forearm appears in the air as it squeezes. The silhouette disappears 0.9 seconds later. SCP Lost is lost approximately 25 minutes later. There we go, it's lost now. Ah, shit, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do the whole, like, banning them with the sentence on Twitch. God damn it. Yeah, I know that they are relentless. Every stream I get one. That's why I'm saying I need to actually sit down and do the whole, like, why does it have to exist? Good question. Would you like to see me any more? I would love to. Thank you for being so cooperative without needing an explanation. You're helping someone very important and log. The full incident log may be found. The bots on SCP at this point. Yeah, I mean, fucking hell. It's also crazy because, like, I don't know. I feel like as a code, if you realize that somebody like bans your bot, or like at least that style of bot quite often in the account, then maybe as a code it should be important to like stop doing that, because clearly they're not being successful with that person. It's just wild to think that they still like they're just like, yeah, no, just send the same fucking bot over and over again. Absolutely crazy. Okay, the full incident log may be found at the incident log 2. Access to incident log 2 is restricted to overseer personnel. Unauthorized attempts to access incident log 2 will be met with severe punishment by order of 4-5 command. Also, another thing that I've, if we're speaking of like weird Twitch situation, the boss is like one thing, right? But I'm always a little bit like, and this is related to yesterday because it happened yesterday. I'm always a little bit like unsure what to do when like a new viewer joins up and like asks me a question, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm answering the question, but I'm also asking them something back, and then they just vanish. You know what I mean? Like, it's always a little bit odd to me because I'm like, well, you showed interest and now you're gone. It's a little bit odd because like yesterday we had somebody be like asking me who is the SCP, which was after you two left, and I asked him just to be sure, like oh, do you know what SCPs are? Because a lot of people watch my stream. Like, a lot of people came into my streams not knowing what SCPs actually are, and they're just like were curious what the hell I'm doing. So I just asked him like, oh, do you know what SCPs are? Because if you do, then I will just explain to you what this one is. And if you don't, I'll give you a quick synopsis of what SCPs are. And then they just never said anything anymore. And I was just like, cool. They asked me a question and apparently left as I was answering that question. It was just weird. Summary removed by order of 05 command. Exit of incident log 3. Access to oversee. Also, what does this say? Only when the last Phoenix remains ash. Perhaps will accept it. And here we have. Only when my halls are free of my regrets. This is the exit that's been concerning me. It's when Site Director Connor gets a bit pushier with his questions. If what he says is true, no, it can't be. It definitely can't. Give this a look and tell me your thoughts. 059. You probably thought you were taking too long. Well, I mean, I answered it like immediately because I saw like the box was like new new chatter. So I saw that and I said, "Welcome to Fluff," and then they immediately asked me like, "Who's the SCP?" and I immediately answered back. So I was just like really confused for like why they just left at that. I mean, at the end, like, I don't know. Maybe they're just like, oh, I see it's like a lot of text, and I'm not really that interested in that, and then just leave. Connor. Say, SB2442, can I ask you some questions while you skim through the objects we have here? Ask anything you like, Site Director. I'll answer as honestly as I can. Who are you talking to? Why are they important? What are they doing? Why are you doing it? My goodness, filled with curiosity, aren't you? SB2442 laughs. I'll answer you with one of my own. Where is this place? This place is called a site. A place in which the foundation... The foundation of what? What? No, it's the foundation. The only foundation here is the one under our feet. The foundation of what exactly? What is the foundation? What is this? What is the... Wait, what is it the foundation to? Or perhaps I should ask, who is the foundation to? I don't understand. It's just an organization called the Foundation. It isn't the foundation of something unless you mean... Ah, and there goes the light bulb. Excuse me, do you mind if I explain everything? Are you ready for that now? SB242 appears to be talking to a corner of the room where a decorative plant sits. The plant moves. The rustling vaguely sounds like a woman whispering, Yes. Listen here, Reverend. I want to show you something. Yes, I know your name, but you already know mine too. SB242 pulls out a picture from his coat pocket. No such picture was recorded on SB242's persons prior to failure of containment. The photograph is a picture of a woman, approximately middle-aged with brown hair and brown eyes. Do you recognize this woman? Yes, I do. I know her. I tutored her when she was young, but that was so long ago. When I was the same age as I am now. That isn't... Reverend, look at me. Do you recognize me? Who I am? I'm sure you know because you know her so well. Dr. Vestager. No, you told me to call you Thomas. Thomas. We do this because I had such difficulty in our previous sessions. I remember. Like the kind of voice becomes that of an American woman and remains as such of the remainder of the session. Site Director Khan is a Punjabi male. That's right, I'm Thomas, your friend. When the first session failed, I had to take a deeper look into how your mind has structured itself. It become fairly clear It's become fairly clear now why the previous attempts to teach different coping mechanisms didn't work. They had become splinter groups here, competition. I think the personnel called them groups of interest. Site Director kind of begins to cry. Thomas, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's so many of them. So many of these memories I've put away that I couldn't handle. I don't know if I can do it. It's too hard. It's okay, Stacy. We'll get there, bit by bit. You and me, together. You don't have to face all of this alone anymore. Look how much you already learned to let go. How far you've come. SB242 reaches over and squeezes Site Director Khan's left hand. Remember when we started what I told you? I can only find them, but you... I learned to let them go and move on. I know. I'm with you. Thomas. Can we end the session now? There's banging on the door as Agent and arrives at the scene to return SB242 to its containment. Of course. Time's just about up now anyways. I'll see you later, Stacy. Remember, if you need anything, you can call me. Agents and break down the door and sedate SB-242 without resistance. These only phrases are probably answers to the when does the black moon howl. Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha. We have to remember what we are here for. You can't be distracted by a single delusional reality bender. We must maintain stability. We must preserve normalcy. We will perpetrate in order to keep the world from falling apart. Secure, contain, protect, 053. No one else must know this. I don't trust anyone else to have much resolve as we do. Keep him on a normal number. Don't give him anything special and warn people away from investigation, 054. He's a delusional one. We maintain stability, we maintain order, we secure the dangers. Contain the unpredictable, protect the world from knowledge it must not know. The world needs us. It needs us. 054. 055. Okay, you guys said in the discussion, well, someone said in the discussion I should look something up. There's a few references here, how it goes for the world. Here's one. I assume the spoilers. The SCP Foundation is a mental construct. Is a mental construct in a girl named Stacy's mind. The SCP Foundation represents Stacy's bad coping mechanism when dealing with her life, compartmentalizing everything, unable to let go or move on. SCP-2442 is her therapist, helping her locate her own inner demons to come to peace with them. The O5s are Stacy's darkest, most deep, insecure. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's why. Because I was wondering, I was like, what? Where does the whole like therapy part come in? Besides him being able to persuade people really well, like talking to them, be like, hey, this is how you feel, this is what you want, and they're like, you know what, you're right, like, this is how I am. That is also partially therapy-esque, but okay, that extra bit of information is pretty interesting. I like that. We are all... I'm actually going to use that information now. We are all living in Stacy's world. and this SCP is trying to guide us to the truth. Our own individual truth. Is that also the reason why... Okay, that's also the reason why at the end he was saying, like... Okay, so that... Okay, now it makes sense. Because, like, they were saying, the doctor... Mr. Dr. Khanna is a Punjabi male, but now spoke in a voice of a New Yorkian woman. Meaning that that's Stacy. So when he took the picture out, Stacy broke. Well, didn't break free, but you know what I mean. Like, she is now taking over of the conversation. That's why he was calling Connor Stacy, and so on and so forth. That's interesting. But I don't know if I like the idea of a canon where the foundation of the universe is in the girl's mind. I mean. It's one of the many many canons, many timelines and streams out there. Like, there's also we also have the one where, you know, every single SCP is just it's just fake, and it's just some party wizard that makes them look real. So we have a couple interesting options when it comes to that stuff. But I understand, yeah, like, because, like, the whole idea of, it being inside a girl's mind is almost the same as, like, saying, like, it was all a dream. That's kind of, that has the same feeling to it, so I understand why you would, like, be like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's at least what I assume is the case. Oh, wait, hold on.